Hi guys, it's Sean and Don again. Here we're going to start talking about the progressions for the handstand push-ups here. Handstand push-ups, obviously kicking up against the wall, lowering yourself down to the top of your head, touches on a pad, and then pressing out of that position there. Before we can even get upside down, we got to make sure we have a stable foundation, right? A lot of people are uncomfortable or unsure of themselves when they go upside down. So before we even get them to that point, we want to make sure they understand what it means to lock out, and locking out that elbow and keeping a nice solid shoulder there. So we do that with some kick up here variations. So Dawn's going to show you, she's going to plant her hands down. We're going to make sure that she's nice and locked out and stable there, right? Can you show me a bent elbow? Right? That's not going to be good if we get upside down. It's going to collapse. So nice and strong and stable. From here, she's just going to do a little kick up, right? She can start progressing a little bit higher on that kick up. Boom, and just feeling what it feels like there. She can also come up, so she had herself planted, and if she feels comfortable, she can start to kick up from the up high here. Same thing, right? So that nice, stable base. Excellent. All right, now that we have that handstand push-up kick-up started here, we're going to work on the progression where we're actually using a box and lowering ourselves down. A couple things when you use the box, you want to get your hands, before Dawn gets on that box, she wants to put her hands down first, then she gets her knees on here. From here, the closer her hands are to the box, the harder the effort is. So if you're using this in a workout, right, if you want to scale, you can bring your hands out a little bit further. As you start getting stronger, you can bring your hands closer to the box. When Dawn's ready to break, she's going to bring her chin down to her chest to lock in a good stable position. From here, she's going to lower down, hit the pad, and press out. One more time, lower down, hit that pad, press out. All the time, chin's on the down foot of the chest. And when she's ready to come off, she's going to take her legs off first, and then lift the hands. All right, once we're comfortable with the kick-ups, we feel like we have a good solid foundation, we're comfortable holding on the box that we just demonstrated there, we're going to start kicking up against the wall here. A couple things. When we start kicking up against the wall, if you're spotting, right, we don't want any spotters out there unless you're a coach and a good coach that knows how to spot an athlete there. We don't want to see anyone kick up against the wall and you just grab them and hold them, because if they do break at the elbow, they're going to have no way to come down. They're going to be stuck against the wall and collapse straight down on their head. With that, the other safety thing that we like to do, we always require our athletes to use an ab mat under their head when they do kick-ups or any of this handstand work, right? We'll talk about that a little bit more, how to use this as a scaling option too. So, on here, she's going to go ahead and have a pad, no plates. We'll talk about the plates here in a second. From here, she's going to kick up to the chest. She's just going to hold. Right? You work on these holds. You can do a Tabata hold where you're doing 8 rounds, 20-second holds with 10 seconds rest. That'd be really hard for a lot of people, right? She can come down after she gets that hold, just feeling comfortable with that hold. I failed to mention though, when she's holding, she's nice and straight. Everything's engaged. Toes are pointed. Good solid position. Let's try one more kick up here. Excellent, right? So she's nice and stable, holding. Let's go ahead and kick down. All right, now that we have that good, solid hold against the wall, we're ready to start lowering ourselves down to a pad. So we got 2 pads back here. We can have any height of pad. We'll do 3 to start. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to have Dawn kick up to the wall, and she's going to start to lower herself down to the pad, and then she's going to come off the wall. So it's going to kick up, chin to chest, she's going to lower. There, she's going to come off that. You get pretty good at that. You can feel what it feels like to lower yourself down. You can take a pad away, make it a little more challenging. In the chest, come off the wall. Eventually down from 1 pad. In the chest, and back down. Excellent. All right, now that we're comfortable kicking up to that wall and lowering ourselves, now we're going to try to find that right position to kick out of that. So Dawn's going to kick up. We got 1 pad here. Right from here, she's going to lower chin to chest. Then she's going to bring her knees down to her chest. You see how small of her back is in that right position. This is where you want to be every time. From here, she can drive out and up. Right? You almost kicked me in the head. You can have multiple pads as you get comfortable. Right? You can still have higher pads and still find that same position. Eventually down to a single pad. And then we're going to work to getting it to a pad and a plate. And the reason that we have these plates here, the 35-pound plates, is that this actually is prescribed, right? Because it actually shows the ground height there. We have a pad to protect you, but we have the plates that simulate the ground height, bringing it up there. All right, we have that all together now. So we have that prescribed set up here. A couple things here. When we start working on these handstand push-ups, one thing we don't want to do is we don't want to hang out on the pad on our head, right? The goal is to come down, find the right kipping position, and drive right out of that position. So if we're going to go for prescribed here, go ahead and go on kick up. In the chest, she's going to lower herself down. She'll bring her knees down and drive right out. Good job. Do that again, drive right out. A good solid position. And there you have it.